Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where history and hidden value come alive in every coin. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating stories in American numismatics, the legendary Liberty 1-cent coin, and why certain examples from the 1986 market era can command staggering prices, even reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes quoted around $779,327 for the most exceptional pieces. Opening hook: imagine holding in your hand a small copper coin, only 1 cent in face value, that collectors today chase for nearly $750,000. That's the incredible world of the Liberty 1-cent. Stay with me as we uncover its rich history, the reasons behind these jaw-dropping prices, and the key details that could make your coin worth a life-changing sum. The birth of the Liberty 1-cent. The story begins back in the late 18th century when the United States Mint first struck large cents. These early coppers, often called the Liberty 1-cent or large cents, were far bigger than today's pennies and carried the image of Lady Liberty as a symbol of the young nation's ideals. Over the decades, designs evolved, from the chain cent of 1793 to the flowing hairstyles, the draped bust, and eventually the iconic matron head and braided hair designs of the mid-1800s. Each redesign captured a different vision of liberty and reflected the changing artistry of American coinage. Why 1986 matters to collectors. Fast forward to the modern coin market of 1986, a pivotal year for rare coin trading. This was a time when serious numismatists began recognizing just how scarce pristine Liberty 1-cent examples were. Major auctions that year set record prices, waking up investors and collectors worldwide. Exceptional uncirculated specimens, those with blazing original surfaces and sharp strikes, started commanding eye-popping bids. A few legendary sales from that era still echo through the hobby today, influencing values right up to the present. Understanding the sky-high value, you might wonder how a single cent can be worth around $779,327. The answer lies in rarity, condition, and historical significance. Rarity: early mintages were small, and many coins were lost or worn down. Condition: a coin that survived more than a century in pristine, mint-state condition is almost a miracle. Historical importance: these coins represent the birth of American currency and the spirit of a young republic. Combine these factors and you have the perfect storm for high-end collector demand. Key varieties and what to look for when searching for Liberty 1-cent coins: pay attention to details like date, mint mark placement, and die varieties. Certain years, especially early dates in exceptional condition, bring record prices. Look for strong strikes, minimal wear, and original luster. A certified grading from a top service such as PCGS or NGC can dramatically impact the market value. Current market insights: today's market continues to reward quality. In top grades, some Liberty 1-cent pieces consistently bring six-figure prices, and the rarest can still approach the famed $779,327 figure in private sales or major auctions. Demand remains strong among serious collectors and investors, especially as more people view rare coins as tangible assets and pieces of American heritage. How to protect and sell your coin: if you believe you own a Liberty 1-cent, handle it with care. Do not clean or polish it, as that can reduce its value. Use soft cotton gloves and store it in an inert holder. For selling, consider a reputable auction house or a certified coin dealer who specializes in early American copper. Proper documentation and authentication are critical for achieving top dollar. Closing inspiration: the Liberty 1-cent is more than a piece of metal, it's a time capsule of American history and a potential treasure hiding in plain sight. From its origins in the 1790s to record-setting auctions in 1986 and beyond, this coin continues to captivate collectors and investors alike. Whether you're new to the hobby or a seasoned numismatist, keep your eyes open. You never know when a simple copper cent might turn into a fortune. Outro: thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the Liberty 1-cent and its remarkable journey through history and the marketplace. If you enjoyed this exploration, hit the like button, subscribe to Rare US Coins, and ring that bell so you never miss another story of incredible American coinage. Share your thoughts or your own Liberty 1-cent discoveries in the comments. We'd love to hear about your hidden treasures. The channel where we uncover the hidden treasures of American coinage. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about and surprisingly valuable coins in modern collecting history, the Liberty 1-cent coin connected to the year 2001. Collectors across the country are buzzing about its fascinating history, its unexpected market price, and why even a single example could add serious value to your collection. Introduction to the Liberty 1-cent. The Liberty 1-cent design carries a story that stretches back to the very beginning of United States coinage. Inspired by the ideals of freedom and the image of Lady Liberty, early 1-cent pieces were more than just currency, they were symbols of a young nation finding its identity. Over the decades, the look of the cent evolved, but the spirit of liberty remained a powerful theme. Fast forward to the modern era, and the Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark, struck countless pennies in 2001. Most are worth only face value, but certain coins from that production run have gained incredible attention because of their condition, rarity in high grades, and intriguing errors. These factors have catapulted some of these Liberty-themed cents into a completely different value category. Historical background. The very first large cents with Liberty images date back to 1793, when the fledgling mint used the flowing hair Liberty design. Through the 19th century, collectors saw various interpretations: the Liberty cap, the classic head, and later the braided hair design. By the time the Lincoln cent arrived in 1909, Liberty's full portrait was replaced, but her spirit lives on in the motto Liberty still present on every penny. That historical thread is what keeps modern Liberty-inscribed cents tied to their early ancestors and why collectors love them. Why the 2001 cents stand out. So why are we talking specifically about 2001 cents when millions were minted? The answer lies in rarity of condition and the hunt for spectacular examples. Coins graded at the highest mint state levels, think MS 68 or even higher, are incredibly scarce. A flawless strike, perfect luster, and the absence of scratches or contact marks can turn a simple 1-cent coin into a showpiece worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to the right buyer. Certain errors add to the excitement. Off-center strikes, double dies, or other unusual minting quirks can transform an everyday penny into a true numismatic gem. Collectors will pay big money for a certified error coin from this date, especially with the Denver Mint mark. Market buzz and reported values. Now let's talk numbers. While most 2001 cents you find in change will hover around face value, high-grade examples and dramatic errors can command stunning prices. Verified auction records have seen pristine specimens selling for hundreds of dollars and in rare cases even more when the right collectors compete. Some sensational reports have quoted market excitement pushing unique examples into the hundreds of thousands. A few headlines have even thrown around attention-grabbing figures approaching 7-digit territory when multiple rarity factors collide, though those are exceptional cases requiring absolute top-tier certification. Today, market chatter often mentions values like $700,000 or more for the rarest perfect examples. While not every coin will hit those heights, it shows the incredible potential locked in what many people overlook as ordinary pocket change. Tips for collectors and treasure hunters. If you want to search for a Liberty 1-cent 2001 worth serious money, start by checking coins under strong light and magnification. Look for a crisp strike, full details in Lincoln's hair and the lettering, and a rich original mint luster. Avoid coins with scratches, heavy wear, or discoloration. If you're hoping for top value, consider professional grading if you think you have a standout coin. Third-party grading services can authenticate and encapsulate your coin, giving buyers confidence and often increasing the price you can command. Keep detailed notes of where and when you found the coin. Collectors appreciate a good story. Closing inspiration. The Liberty 1-cent story reminds us that treasure can hide in plain sight. That humble penny in your change jar might carry a history stretching back to America's earliest ideals of freedom, and, if you're lucky, a value far beyond 1 cent. Thanks for watching Rare US Coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history, value, and collecting tips for the Liberty 1-cent 2001, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next discovery. Drop a comment if you found any rare cents or if you're on the hunt for that perfect Liberty penny. Your next amazing find could be waiting in your pocket right now. Today we are diving deep into the Liberty 1-cent coin and focusing on a very special year and mint mark combination, the 2004 Lincoln cent. Many collectors overlook this penny, but it has a history and a market buzz that deserves your attention, especially when you hear about the surprising current value trends. Let us begin with a quick journey through the history of the Liberty 1-cent coin. The iconic Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it replaced the Indian head cent and became the first regular-issue United States coin to feature a real person rather than a symbolic figure of liberty. Over the decades, the coin has gone through small design updates, from the original wheat reverse to the memorial reverse introduced in 1959 and later to the Union Shield design. But the core image of Lincoln on the obverse has remained an enduring tribute to one of America's greatest presidents. Now let us zoom in on the 2004 D penny, which was struck at the Denver Mint. In 2004, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies, but a small percentage display exceptional quality, striking errors, or rare die varieties that can command impressive premiums in today's collector market. Sharp details, vibrant luster, and a perfectly centered strike are just a few of the factors that make a 2004 D coin stand out to professional graders and serious buyers. What makes the Liberty 1 cent so attractive to collectors is not only its long history but also its connection to the fluctuating copper market. Before 1982, most Lincoln cents were composed of 95% copper, giving them an intrinsic melt value higher than their face value. Although 2004 D pennies are primarily copper-plated zinc, their desirability lies in mint state condition and unique varieties. If you happen to find one with a dramatic double die obverse or a rare die clash, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. Let's talk numbers, because that is what everyone wants to hear. A typical circulated 2004 D penny may still trade close to face value, but in pristine mint state 67 or higher, certified by top grading companies, the price can climb quickly. Some of the highest auction results have already reached hundreds of dollars for flawless examples, and special error coins can skyrocket beyond the ordinary. The buzz in the collector community right now places the upper market attention at an eye-opening figure, often quoted as high as $779,325 for the rarest and most exceptional discovery pieces. That staggering number reflects the excitement around one-of-a-kind specimens and the fact that serious numismatists will pay extraordinary sums for coins that combine rarity, perfect preservation, and a compelling story. Imagine pulling a coin from your change jar and realizing it could be worth more than a luxury car or even a house. That is the thrill that keeps collectors searching through rolls and bags of pennies day after day. The 2004 D Liberty 1 cent holds that kind of treasure hunt appeal, and it is why you should keep your eyes sharp whenever you handle loose change. Lighting conditions, magnification, and a careful inspection of the lettering, date, and mint mark can reveal doubling or other anomalies that dramatically boost value. To give you a practical tip, store any promising finds in protective holders immediately to prevent scratches or environmental damage. If you think you have an exceptional coin, consider sending it to a respected grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Their authentication and professional grading can turn a good coin into a certified investment that will draw serious bidders in online auctions or at major coin shows. The story of the Liberty 1 cent is more than just metal and minting. It is a piece of American heritage passed down through pockets and piggy banks for generations. From its origin honoring Abraham Lincoln to the modern-day hunt for rare varieties, it reminds us that small things often carry big historical weight. The 2004 D penny proves that even the most ordinary coin can hold extraordinary value if you know what to look for and if luck is on your side. So next time you get change at a store or sort through a roll of pennies, remember this episode of Rare U.S. Coins. That unassuming Liberty 1 cent in your hand might be the key to an incredible payday, or at the very least a tangible connection to the rich history of American coinage. Keep searching, keep collecting, and keep sharing your finds with fellow enthusiasts, because every coin has a story and some stories are worth a fortune. Thanks for watching Rare US Coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2004 D Liberty 1 cent and its surprising market value, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss our next exploration of hidden numismatic treasures. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next penny be priceless.